Hello everybody and welcome back to the video I said I would do, which was answering some of your questions and based on the comments on the last video. And what we'll do, I won't ask you to leave comments on this one for next lot of questions. We'll just see how this video goes, and we'll do it again. Although no, just leave comments. If you've got more questions, please. So many questions in comments, I can't obviously answer them all in each video. I'll just try and pick the more commonly asked questions. And the one that's come up based on probably that video, lots about the chapel, but also a lot about the moat. Having a house surrounded by a water-filled moat is beautiful, but it isn't without its problems. So here I am now on, the far edge. So I'm on what I call no man's land. It's the bit across the bridge, the back garden, and the bit where we cleared the banks of all the dead rhododendron, because the rhododendron was, all the roots had been destroyed by the koipu, which were living in the banks, and it was giving them shelter. So that all went. It's a place I don't often come to, but it does help answer that question about dredging the moat. So the section up here with the bridge, it's a silt trap. That's reasonably easy because I'm only allowed at the moment to do it section by section. This main part here is extremely difficult because of the the distance from edges. You've got trees and everything around a driveway, nothing simple. So say you can get a big machine here with a huge arm, you can get halfway in there, but you can't get off the driveway to get stuff out. It's a massive job. It's probably about 40 grand, and that's in sections, and that still won't do anything about all of the walls, because you'll do it in sections, and you might get bits of the wall done, but not right. So it's a massive job, but it's something that it's part of the reason why this place is so beautiful. It's the nature, it's what supplies everything. But in the same respect, I do get some comments occasionally, why don't you just clear all of the trees all around it? And that's a really simple answer. One, you're not allowed to just go down taking all the trees down. But two, you've got to reduce the places that birds and all the rest of it go bit by bit, otherwise you destroy nature. They'll find somewhere else, and then what's the point? You're literally hacking away at the thing that makes the place beautiful, and then destroying what makes it beautiful. So it's not particularly simple. So the moat, can we drain it? No, there's no permission to drain the whole thing properly. And the cost to do it individually and not really still get the same achievement is, at the moment, not something that's doable, so we're working with other things. Other question, lots of this is going to be about the moat, unfortunately, than the chapel. Someone said, can you repair the sluice gate and all the rest of it so you could properly drain it and do things? Well, as I'm walking past it, I'll sort of show you. That there is the way out of this water, and that is supposed to have a sluice gate at the bottom, which you can see in old photos, which was obviously much clearer. Everything was in a different state then. It needs to get back to that bit by bit. It had a winder on it, as you see, like a lock gate, and it came up, and water came out from the bottom. So it didn't often. If you needed water out, you get stuff down from the bottom. That flow would take some of the silt out with you as well, that settled at the bottom because of the flow coming out, and you wouldn't get blocked with stuff that's floating on the top. That then goes from there. Is that bit of driveway that's in that postcard. Comes out through there, goes out into that lake, joins the river further down, and I can only assume it was when this place did get drained a long time ago now for certain things to get done, some work on it, and where the sluice gate is supposed to be, that is now bricked up. I've been in that. There's actually a ladder inside that. I've been down there, and it's bricked up, so I can only assume the sluice gate is broken at that point, and it was bricked up, so now it's, well, doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So the moat is an ongoing battle here, but I've said in videos before, if you tell me or even suggest publicly that you should fill it in, I just think this is the wrong channel for you to be watching, because if you think destroying architectural history to make your life easier is something that you should do, perhaps everything that I do is going to infuriate you or make you question why. So that's not, I don't want to hear that bit. That's just not what you do if you're trying to save something. But it is an ongoing battle. It makes it beautiful. It makes it something wonderful and special. There aren't many places, private homes that are surrounded by a wet moat. So it is amazing, but the upkeep that goes with it and the difficulties that go with it, especially after this many years of poor maintenance on it, well, they create their own issues. So, next question. And that question is, of course, about the chapel. Obviously, I did get a question saying, do you get any moisture in the chapel because of the moat? So I'm unsure if that person actually watched the video where I explained about this. Like lots of things here, either poor materials were used at the time, or people had a different knowledge of things at the time. But this is the moat side where moisture is wicking up from down there. But that is because it's got concrete on it. Much like the chateau, which is sprayed with concrete render, so has issues trapping moisture. Oh, as you can see, that is concrete, not lime. Or cement, shall I say. That up there, you can see, that's all cement. It's not lime. So it doesn't allow the room to breathe for a start. But it also, it's hygroscopic, isn't it? So it attracts moisture. So this wall, which does obviously have that's going down, that would naturally try to wick moisture up through the moat, especially when it's been allowed to get too high over the previous years. And that's just destroying that. So apart from the wall underneath this, when the moat would be drained, so you could rebuild the wall behind underneath this, point it correctly, etc. If you had this in lime render, it wouldn't have this issue. I got asked about these stones. I'll do that in another video because I'm actually speaking to a local historian about these, so I don't want to suggest or try to talk about things here when I'm going to get better information which is valid and correct at a later stage. Volunteers are not for me. I have my own problems with I've got too much stuff going on, basically. Having volunteers in to help is something which doesn't suit my lifestyle because of my all of my other work, which is something, I suppose, moving into another question. I have a bar, I do stuff at the workshop. Here, this house and YouTube is not a full-time job. I don't earn anywhere near enough money out of it to make it a full-time job, which is also why the progress is, a slower pace than other people on YouTube doing this, because that to them is a full-time job. To me, this is something that I just do while I'm doing other things to support myself. So volunteers would unfortunately get in the way of that and not make it a nice experience for them, because I might have to just disappear and they're sort of sat around for days on end with nothing to do, and that just wouldn't be fun for them. So that's why there aren't any volunteers. So my lifestyle doesn't suit volunteers, and my lifestyle doesn't suit having another dog. So no, I know some people have seen my friend's dog, which spends a lot of time with me at the workshop when he's there as well. I've seen the videos and gone, oh, you must have a new dog, or would I get another dog? No. I love my dog. He's not with us anymore, and I don't want another one because now my lifestyle would not suit having another one. It wouldn't be fair on the dog or me. Currently, I'm not ruling it out forever, but currently that wouldn't work. Oh, right. I said in the other video that I have been dealing with French notaire, French solicitor, for some exciting news. And it's twofold. One I can't tell you about yet, and I will. The other one is very shortly, the annual charity event will be a proper charity, an association in France. So that will hopefully have legs and continue long after I don't want to do it, or it can just move on. It's its own thing. It's its own entity in the world now. So hopefully, with that going, there will always be a charity locally which helps a wider audience, as well as individual great causes around the area which help the French realise that the English that live out here, just because they don't integrate quite in the way they want to because of the language barrier, doesn't mean they don't care, and doesn't mean they don't want to be part of the community. And that was always the philosophy of it, and it is having that desired effect. So hopefully now, with that being its actual own charity, that will continue to be. So I would have left some sort of legacy in that respect. And to be honest, there are lots, but can't go on and on. Can't answer everything all at once. The main one is, I think I kept on getting comments saying, have you got married? Well, I am married, yes. And that's my private life, which I've said will remain private. So politely, when I don't answer questions about my private life, please do not be offended. That is there to remain private. So it's a Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure where you all are, but for me, a Sunday afternoon is either supposed to be a big roast dinner or an afternoon with your friends relaxing in a cosy local pub. And I happen to have a cosy local pub, so I might just go and do that for a couple of hours, de-stress, unwind, and make a little bit of a plan about something that's coming up with a few people that I need to talk to. Not sure whether these little questions and answers will carry on. Depends what the view's like and what you say. Certainly not sure about the format, but I would love to hear from you on the questions that you have, and I love to hear from you. So hopefully I will get to read some comments about some more questions, maybe some other things about day-to-day stuff, and hopefully, we'll do this again. So, thanks for watching. Have a beautiful Sunday. See you next time. Bye now.